Please be kind to yourself. Give yourself permission to be messy, to allow things to not make sense. I just gave you the look. I know. It's the 14th day of this process, but that doesn't mean anything. You know that, right? Oh, I know that too. And what I mean is, I'm creating these containers, and I intentionally use the title No Contact Rule, 30-day no contact rule, for us to be able to be intentional, or like have like a time-bound anchor to the practice. But the message that I'm getting is, it is a practice. It won't stop after. It's a practice so that you can start really embodying the growth, the healing, the layers of grief that's going to evolve. And it's really, I am trying to filter the intensity of how this message is actually landing before I say it, because the way it's being said is more firm. It's more tough love. And I'm here translating it this way. It's like softer and kinder. But okay, the way it's coming through is, please give yourself permission to be messy, for this season to not make sense, because that's the point. Kindness and patience is intentional, and whenever you catch yourself beating yourself up, doubting, it's really this devotion to shift where your energy is and pour so much love back to yourself. And it's almost like the tough love is the reminder that you are held. You are held in this moment. That worry that's coming up if you're doing the right thing, there's almost like this eagerness to reach the 30th day. That's what I'm getting. But then on the other side of the 30th day is almost the same day as the day before. And the difference is where your attention or focus lies, because even if you just landed on this day 14 and it's not your 14th day, even if you've been skipping, videos, it doesn't matter. The fact that you have been curious about it is your confirmation that so much change is already happening underneath. And just because the external reality hasn't caught on yet, and your mind is, eagerly looking for proof, don't doubt that you're changing, because some things happen underneath that awareness. And yeah, I'm hearing you're being distracted so that the things that are necessary to happen are unfolding without you hovering. What is that? That there's this expression, seeds don't grow when watched. I think that's it. Seeds don't grow when watched, or something like that. Don't grow. Or so, yeah, there's, oh well, there's this expression, like when you're hovering too much, it actually is counterproductive, exactly because of the invitation to fully surrender to the unknown. And when you're placing your attention too much in the process, you're not leaving space for your own transformation, which happens with trust, with taking that leap of faith, with being present and okay with not fixing things or just being in the moment, even if it's so uncomfortable. And I feel like distractions what does distractions look like for you right now? It's a mix of that internal dialogue, the doubt, the exhaustion, the fatigue, self-soothing. It's like you need to kind of take your attention off the question, am I growing? Am I changing? Am I healing? And the fact that you're looping is kind of like the distraction. Okay, wait. So sometimes when we're doing too much of the journaling, the meditation, the fixing, problem solving, the figuring things out, let me stop the rumination, let me stop the looping, we forget the humanness of the experience and just being there for the process itself. And I think it's because it's a catch-22 that we're in such a different world, a different reality right now, where it's more open, out in the open, the language of transformation, healing, personal development, growth, manifestation, that we forget our humanness. We forget, that feeling when you're a kid and you're running around the playground and you trip and then you get you scratch your knee and you're just there on the ground and you're like, ow. You're like, ow. But that's it. And now it's more like, ow, I should be breathing properly right now, or this pain will subside in 5 minutes. Like this container today, I guess, is reassurance that the messiness is okay, and surrender to the messiness of it. There's this release that happens, expansion, even in the looping. Even I know it's like, Kai, you're not making sense. A few days ago, you were saying, like, try to be mindful and ask your friends to help you label it or call your attention when you're looping, when you're ruminating. Yes, agreed. I mentioned that. But there's a tipping point where you're too rigid on yourself, that the humanness, the messiness of the figuring things out becomes so rigid that your heart already broke open, and it broke open for a reason, but now you're so rigid that you run the risk of oof. Yes, there was a phrase that came up, but it's so wow. Are you sure that's the phrase? Okay, I'll say it. You're so rigid that you run the risk of shattering your psyche in the process because you're just not allowing the messiness of things. And, when I say shattering the psyche, it's not like some, what's this? Some big thing happens. It's more like actually, which is, for me personally, it's kind of scarier when you get stuck. And you get stuck in it. So this container and this space today is reassurance. Oh, it's such a loving and kind and patient energy of reassurance that loving, kind, patient, but there's really like this protective, tough love nudge, or like, wake up, it's okay, you're human. It's like Chicken Little, the sky is falling, and it's like, hey, it's like that. And you're not, that's the thing, you're not freaking out externally. I feel like people who have been viewing these videos or who have been joining in this wonderful, beautiful space that we've created, oof, you brew internally. You're analytical, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful because there's so much vulnerability in recognizing that you have a tendency to intellectualize things. That is such a beautiful facet of you. And because it stems from such a vulnerable place, the reason why you have a tendency to do that is because you want to be better. You want to be like the highest expression of yourself in this life. It's so beautiful. So there's a song that I would link in the description. I don't know if you guys have caught it. Time check. Okay. It's by Frou Frou, Let Go. Such a beautiful song. Frou, Frou. And the title of the song is Let Go. It might be something you want to check out and allow yourself to just feel the feels. It's such a beautiful thing. Read poetry, not even like the books, like when you're scrolling and then there's those quotes. Allow that to bring the emotions up for you. And if you're looping and you're ruminating, I have so much love that I'm sending, because the word that's coming up is, it's endearing. your heart is so beautiful. Aww. It's such a tricky thing for us to not judge the unpleasant experiences in our lives. It's so tricky. It's so tricky because you don't know which way is up sometimes. But at least when you're in this container, when you're in this space, you're held and you can kind of just curl up, and which maybe in this space, not maybe, I feel it. In this container, in this space, gravity does not pull you. And you don't need to worry or figure out which way is up, what makes sense or not. You're just invited or reminded to allow and to give yourself permission. And please, don't forget to hydrate. Okay? Don't forget to drink water, please. Can I do a quick checklist? Okay, 60 minutes. Hydrate. For those who have sweet tooth, please be mindful about your sugar intake. For our beautiful souls who are women, be extra kind to yourself when your hormonal levels are fluctuating, because your moods will also swing. And for those of you who feel called to create, grab your guitar and sing and play music or write. Take those walks, beautiful walks. Because I'm curious what's going to show up, what's going to come up for day 15. The midway of this particular container. But like I said, the practice is just the beginning of living that new life. But exactly the theme or the message of this container today, I want to acknowledge that during this time, especially for those who are really intent on the 30-day timeline, midway point really kind of invites a certain type of reflection. What's on the other side of the 30 days, Am I going to hear from him? Am I going to hear from her? Is it okay to reach out? Am I going to feel significantly better once the clock strikes 31 days? All those things. And that's the awkward part about this particular phase, is it's not, there are moments when it's not uncomfortably painful, or the heartache is not so palpable that you're not crying, or you're not in the okay days where you're functioning and smiling. It's this awkward middle where you can't place where your emotions are. Give yourself permission and be so kind and invite more presence. Invite your presence in this awkward liminal space. And it's also new moon in Cancer. So, not gonna try to explain the astrological significance of that. So, just check it out as well. Alright. I was trying to keep this short, but it's reached 20 minutes. But may this space be such a loving and kind reminder of how beautiful your heart is. We'll see you guys. We'll see each other for day 15.